And Lindsey, what's your top thing right now? Like, what's the thing you think is not getting the attention it deserves at the moment?
Great question. Amanda, do you want to go first, or?
You can go for it.
I can go if you need a minute to think about it. So I think the thing that's not getting enough attention is this, our participation in contact tracing. I talked about that a little bit earlier, but I know people kind of bounce in and out of these live streams. So I'll just reiterate that this contact tracing that is fundamental to doing outbreak control is something that it's such a huge project that it's not something the government is really equipped to handle or will be anytime soon. So I think that we as individuals need to participate in making that easier and kind of keep track of what our exposures are. And also, if you're in charge of a group situation, like a pool or a school or a workplace, you need to be taking attendance to make that process easier. So that's one of my top things at the moment. I gave you each a minute. Oh, Allison is back.
Yay, Allison.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh. Allison, we're just going to close with what's your top thing right now that you think is not getting enough attention?
So I have one, if that's helpful.
Lindsey.
Social contract. And this is, I think, kind of a higher level in the spirit of what Malia just offered. I have seen small business owners and community-based organization leaders be at the pillars at the forefront of establishing a new social contract with their very loyal, trusted clientele, right? And I think that we all have to build a new social contract. Like, I protect me, I protect you, vice versa, because frankly, without that, there's no trust. And we need trust to get us to safety and to get the economy started again.
Thank you. That's a great point. Amanda, what have you got?
Yeah, I think with states reopening, something that is top of my mind is, yes, part of the reason we had safer at home orders was to flatten the curve. And in many places, we were really successful at doing that. We never came close to hospital capacity. But the other piece was to give states the time to build that infrastructure for testing and contact tracing, because we have to be able to shift to rely on those tools, right? And so, I echo a lot of the things Malia said, that being intentional, and that's why we wanted to do a phased approach, because then public health experts can watch, okay, when we open up to groups of less than 10 and we have these other pieces relaxed, what happens? We have to be able to collect that information so that we understand if we have to go back into a crisis mode, how to successfully get out of it again, right? And so I encourage, I guess my thing is, I hope people rally around the value in doing this slowly and deliberately. And like you said, help contact tracers, where, help this effort that we're going to have to shift to as our new modus operandi for identifying and containing outbreaks, right? That there is an intentional purpose in like going slow.
Yeah, absolutely. Allison, what is your top thing?
Well, it's top of mind because I'm spending a lot of time thinking about it, but I think it's being creative about school reopening in the fall, how to help institutions of all sizes that serve kids of all ages to do that kind of radical cohorting, those tight clumps of kids, and getting them outside as much as possible. I think that's the only way we have something that doesn't just look like, my college kid in the basement doing Zoom.
Yeah, Zoom University.
Zoom, yeah.
Okay, well, it is 3 p.m. and I know all of us have Saturday